Good afternoon. Welcome. Risk On, episode 47. Sponsored by FOMO, best multi-chain trading experience in the game. Go download it today. Promo code Risk On, 10% off all of your trading fees. We are live without our boy satss, who we hope is okay, but has gone missing from us. So you just got Swizzle and I might spread rumors that bad things have happened to him, but maybe create a little drama, but not. But I actually hope that doesn't come true. So he's probably just sleeping.
Yeah,
No stats.
normally spreading the rumors and giving him some shit for not showing up to the stream would be all in good fun, but given the fact of what we've been talking about with his situation the last couple of weeks, it's not ideal because he is in fact still in Dubai, and he's lost power a couple times. His gym was
Bombed.
his gym was hit by a bomb while he was on the way to the gym, I think. So yeah, he may show up here or he may not. The guy does have some weird sleeping hours, so I don't think it matters what time it is in Dubai.
No.
He's a gamer after all. He's an esports guy. So
Yeah, the last I heard from Sats was 8 hours ago. And that's last proof of life for Sats.
which was, well, I want to say I was talking to him when it was like 3 a.m. his time. So it's very possible the guy just doesn't know what hemisphere he's on, and he might pop up midstream here. So
If he pops up midstream, that would be great. But yeah, we have a good up today. No stats. We do have Avi Patel from Kled, which will be fun. He's joining us in 15, 20 minutes or so. So we'll just shoot the shit on some other stuff until Avi joins us. But yeah, Swizzle, Bitcoin and majors look okay. Saylor bought like so much yesterday. I don't know if
how
you
much
saw
did
that.
he buy? What was the report on that? Do we have that?
It's over $1 billion.
I feel like there's you can get, I don't know if it actually is, it's probably no noise, no signal at all, but like usually when conditions are really bad, you get he's always buying no matter what, but some people randomly have the weekend where it's like Saylor bought like 85 million in Bitcoin, which that's a lot, but you look at that and you're like, man, if he's not buying over $1 billion, then we're in trouble right now. Because it seems like the guy's constantly working to prop this thing up.
Yeah.
So we're back in the billions. That means things are going well. A lot of it, there's been a lot of talk about that STRC. I don't know how to pronounce it. Like basically, it's like this buyback mechanism they have. We should probably, and I'm not going to try to talk like I know too much about it right now, but apparently this is how they are creating the liquidity to buy more Bitcoin right now, is this STRC mechanism. And it is supposedly working if he's back in the billions on the buys here.
Yeah, I saw a bunch of people saying this is like prime time to short it. But then ripped up today. Pop, I think we hit 73.5 today or so. Now we're retracing, we hit some resistance, but we'll see. Majors look kind of okay, all things considered. Hype is fucking cruising past 37. We saw Arthur, who famously bull posted Hype and then sold it all right afterwards. Now writing an article saying,
but he just bull posted again, and it doesn't look like he sold.
Yeah.
After this chill, so he's gonna hold a little longer this time.
No,
it's at $150.
No, I think Hype is really, this war has been very good for Hyperliquid. People are like seeing real utility in it. Like you want 24/7 trading, permissionless markets on things you can trade all the time or in real time, especially on weekends when markets are closed, and Hype is filling that gap. The volume it's doing is crazy.
I think it's really interesting, actually. The only thing we could find, we were trying to pull up some like the data, especially like weekend data, because I feel like this fundamental narrative shift is like, well, Hype is really starting to break through that bubble of like, whoever, if like some type of a global event happens. And I think that's why this like Hype is kind of an eye-opening thing right now when the war hit and oil prices are going crazy. First it was gold and all this speculatory retail trading happening on the weekend. And now it's oil happening on the weekend. It's like, if you really want to have exposure to something, it almost doesn't matter what ends up happening. But it's like, okay, clearly when markets are closed, hype is where you're starting to see a lot more people, like you're starting to see institutional, I think Bloomberg, like hype derivatives data and everything on news outlets. So it's like, it's starting to become a known thing that if you want to get access to trading these market weekends, you go to hype. And so, you know, obviously it's crushing Coinbase here.
Dude,
like
look at that. That's
it's crazy. We bring this up because like Coinbase is trying to make a push on RWAs, and like hype is just eating their lunch. But it's interesting because it's like, you know, I think this was over the weekend on the this tweet. And so, you know, roughly $1 billion of volume, down like a ton in comparison to the CME is going to do like, you know, 200 billion or something like that comparatively. But like, it does matter because that if it's doing this volume when the weekends are closed or when the markets are closed, like, you know, this is kind of a new paradigm, and hype is clearly at the forefront of it. We talked about all these competitors, Lighter, just wanting to get involved, Drift on Solana, Aster. I don't think any of them are relevant. Right? It's kind of just a hype show.
Well, I think what happens is you capture volume. Why the fuck else are you going to trade anywhere else? You want to trade the most liquid platform, right? Like, as a user, I have no interest in going to trade on Coinbase with 75K in volume, or going to Lighter or Aster with inferior trading experiences. I want to go where the volume is, and like I want to go where I'm going to get the best. I'm going to get the best fills, and be able to trade the most size. And everyone is going to aggregate to that one place. We're not going to like have like fragmented liquidity. It just doesn't make any sense. So somebody's going to win, and it seems like hype is winning, and that value should accrue back to the token.
Yeah, and I think that happen. It's almost like, you know, I think you still need to be careful on like short-term price action because, you know, this stuff is very momentum driven, and like we're not in a super high liquid now, but I think this is like a real narrative that you can latch. And I think it's interesting because like there's so many reasons why you could say, oh, well, hype is they don't have a moat because of this, you know, someone else is going to overtake tokenized equities, you know, not legal in the US. What happened? Like there's all these reasons that are fair to criticize it.
Yeah.
But man, doesn't lie. And like the direction of the volume doesn't lie. And like this thing is picking up momentum. It's not losing it. It's not getting fragmented by competitors. So, you know, fine to make all those theoretical arguments, but until proven otherwise, I'm happy following the momentum in comparison to any other asset. Like this is the kind of star of the crypto world right now because it's clearly a break that's getting more and more attention.
Yeah, definitely. But to kind of piggyback up what you said, like it's clearly riding the momentum of like, oh, it's got this obvious use case of oil and whatever. You know, if we continue, if this war continues on and oil prices are still wild, you know, then this narrative can continue on. If this ends sooner rather than later, and that narrative kind of goes into the background, then you might, you know, see some downward price action. But in the short term, you know, and also the long term, it shows a serious use case for the product.
For sure.
And demand that, like, you know, I think is something that they've been striving to, like, this would be like their niche, right? So this is really cool to see and really great for crypto. Like, I'm really happy we have this happening, honestly.
I think if you're a hype bull, what you want to see is like, okay, it's obviously in the spotlight because of this, like the geopolitical turmoil and everything. Mm-hmm. But what you want to see is like, yes, eventually the oil stuff is going to die down. This clearly has given degens access, retail access to like, you know, like getting access and exposure to these markets. It was gold, it was silver. Those things are, I'm not saying they are going away. Now it's oil. I think the question is, will there continue to be this thing? When another big event happens, and we have no way to predict what that is it, you know, like some random ass, you know, thing that we now, is the next thing always going to be on Hyperliquid? And that's true, then, you know, there's additional catalysts beyond what happens here. So, I mean, we're saying stuff that's pretty obvious, like to everyone that's paying attention. Like this is why people have been excited about hype for a while, but it's cool because it's coming true.
Sats has just surfaced, guys. He was sleeping. He fucked up the time zones. So we really should have spread rumors. I should have spread rumors that this building was bought.
Now I don't feel bad. We should.
I should have gone harder, honestly.
Clickbait. We didn't even go.
Really
for
could have had Cliff.
Yeah.
We didn't even go for it. We're too good of people to do that. But stats will be here in a minute. Apparently they don't have daylight savings time anywhere else in the world but here. So for us, he thinks it's 11:20, but it's actually 12:20. So even though we got it right on Tuesday, which is incredible that he like did it properly 3 days ago, and then today he got it wrong. But we'll let him tell us how he makes a mistake like that. In another note of idiotic behavior, I can't believe this guy swapped 50 mil of USDT for 36K of Aave on mobile. Did you see that, Swizzle?
I did. I saw a bunch of stuff circulating around it, and I have no idea like what. Did you see someone was saying that like it accused it of being money laundering, an obvious money laundering tactic? In which case, the guy would have lost like 80% of whatever.
Yeah, that's not
it doesn't seem like an efficient way to launder money. So
no, that's not a launder. I think they know who it was. It was a fund manager who had like $500 million or something on chain.
Oh, so they found the guy, and
I think
actually
it was just a pure fuck up. Somebody was trading on mobile and pressed the accept slippage button, and he got MEV'd on ETH.
Who trades $50 million on mobile using Sushi Swap though?
It was Cow Swap. Don't get your fucking animals wrong. It was Cow Swap.
Oh, it was Cow Swap. My bad. Okay. My bad.
I mean, who does it? I mean, I've done some dumb things on mobile. I don't.
All right, so this I'm not they all have the same reaction as. Yeah, it's hard to feel bad. It's like, dude, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah, it's hard to feel bad. It's really stupid. But I think the big thing for me is like we're all touting like crypto as being the future of finance, right? And if you can like evaporate 50 million in thin air and you can't like get that money back because you clicked the wrong fucking button, like that's who's going to take this industry seriously? Wait, like from any risk management point of view.
People are focused on the platform.
No, but like people are going to make errors, right? Like you need to figure out a solution where there needs to be like no bank is going to be like, yep, you know what? We're going to be all on crypto because our employee somewhere making $20 an hour can click a button incorrectly. Yeah. And we can evaporate $50 million. So we can never get it back.
It's a tough thing though, right? Because it's decentralized finance is the whole, like you have control over what you do. So if you centralize it and okay, we can reverse this. Let's freeze the transaction, send it back to you. Then that's not crypto anymore. Like
I get
it can be frozen and changed. Like I would love to know. I imagine when you do something like that, you have warnings pop up and all that stuff.
Yeah, I mean, you have warnings saying like slippage. This is more slippage than usual. Do you accept this risk? But that's the only warning you get. You get one warning. You hit swap and it says, "Are you sure you want to do this?" And then you say, "Yep," and then you go for it.
Yeah.
Obviously, like it's not great.
I understand that's been the sentiment. I'm like struggling to with let's all pile up and say this is a fault of crypto because this guy did that.
This guy's an idiot.
Is that really? This is how we're gonna pile onto it? I don't know. Sats,
he's alive. He's awoken from a slumber.
Yeah, absolute disaster, man. I had alarm set. I didn't realize the clocks went back. I've been trying to get in a slight bit of sleep. I haven't slept in a long time here, but yeah, no, my bad, folks. My bad.
No, it's all good. It's all good, and the best part about it is that you got it right on Tuesday and wrong 3 days later.
Yeah, no, the clocks went back in between this part.
No, they didn't.
Yeah, they did. For us, I think. No, Henry, please. Henry, please, come on.
We had the same conversation with Henry on Tuesday because he was like, "Why are we starting earlier than usual?" And
shit.
Swizzle and I were like, "Well, we have this stupid thing called daylight savings time here," and you were like, "Oh yeah, Henry, you fucking idiot."
Wait, how does our producer fix this problem for you, Sats?
I don't know. He verifies that the clocks went back. Oh, fuck, man. Nah.
It's all good. We got you here now. We got you here before Avi came on.
Yeah.
We're getting Avi on in like 5 minutes.
Yeah. We're almost there. But I'm glad to have you back, Sats. I know you've had a tough few days, between being in a war zone and work stuff, I imagine, life's been tough. So I'm
Yeah,
not.
those
I'm
time
gonna cut you
changes
some
too,
slack.
Thank you guys. Nearly got kicked off the Risk On podcast. Jesus.
Imagine having to tell like your family that not only are you an unemployed podcaster, but then you got fired from being an unemployed podcaster.
Fired from the unemployed podcast. It's a fucking disaster. And bombed. Yeah. Disaster.
And you got your domain taken.
Domain taken. Just a complete car crash for a week.
Yeah.
Mm.
Sats, do one thing for us. We need to give us a repost on your timeline, because I didn't realize how bad our listener count hurt without the head of BonkFun on there.
Yeah, sorry. No, I'm back. It's all retweeted. I'm back like I never left. No one would ever know. I've been missing for the first 20 minutes of the show.
About the 10 count, or the listener count here now.
I don't think anyone. I think CT is completely dead.
I think so as well. It's rough as toast out there at the moment.
What is like your most active group chat doing right now? Are they like talking or trading? Like,
bro, my most active group chat is Jing's Lair.
Yeah, it's mine too, by a mile.
Yeah, by a long shot. And like, what are they doing in there? They're playing Arc Raiders.
Playing Arc Raiders.
Yeah, they're playing Arc Raiders in group.
They're playing Arc Raiders and they're jerking each other off over 2x moves from 100k to 200k.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's actually what's going on.
I feel like that's how you pass time. That's how you pass time in the bear, right? They're just
people are sending meme coins right now in that chat saying like what do you think about it? It'll be at like $1.70, and I'm like, dude, I'm not even gonna think about it. I don't know.
I don't think about it.
I don't think about it at all, actually.
I'm never gonna think about that.
No,
I'm never thinking about that coin.
I'm not thinking about this at all right now.
Yeah, it's a bit crazy, and that's even coming from someone who works at a launchpad. Like it's dire out there.
Well,
right now.
Sats, people have been coming for you on the timeline. We got this guy, Rebel City or whatever his name is.
Mm-hmm.
He created my favorite line of the year, which I'm not going to say on air because it has a bunch of bad words in it. But it made me laugh a lot.
I like that line. Image saved. Image saved.
I posted it the other day.
Yep. Partially correct, maybe on his behalf, especially of recent events. But that's a launchpad for you. That's the way the game goes. I guess we've got to speak about what happened. So for those who don't know, the BonkFun.
There's great pain on your face having to.
Yeah. It isn't great. We haven't posted a post-mortem yet, so I won't go into too much detail. But basically, we had an oopsie with our domain.
An oopsie.
We had an oopsie with the domain, and a few people lost some funds. We're planning on making them people whole once we verify exactly how much was lost. I think it was around. In our calculations right now is around 20k. There was some people on the timeline saying, "Oh my god, BonkFun, I've lost $150,000." I doubt that was true just from looking on chain. It looks like the total loss was around 20k.
That's actually way less bad than I expected. Basically, I don't even know what really happened, but I saw Tom panic tweeting. As he should. Like, he was trying to spread the word.
Tom and Lexapro chimed in really.
Yeah, it was like all hands on deck. Like, hey, lost some control of something we should have some control over. And I was like, man. But the thing is, I don't directly. So if you're trading on a terminal or whatever, like, you're not actually interfacing. I'm a little facing with the actual launchpad. So how much is it? It must be people actually interface directly with the launchpad, or at least don't have much funds on there to get drained. Like 20k is nothing in the grand scheme of things.
Yeah, I think it's more deployers who suffered the fault. The guys trading on terminals didn't get affected at all. It's more people deploying straight through the UI, which isn't that many people nowadays. So
the deployers who farm people couldn't make money.
I don't want to say. I don't want to say that.
All right, I'm going to take back the word. I think farming. I think deploying needs a rebrand, and I think you're the guy for the job stats.
You think I'm the guy for the job? Thank God. Thank God.
Avi's gonna hop on now, guys.
All right, we got Avi joining the show quickly.
Thank you, Avi. Thank you.
BonkFun will be back.
Well timed.
Forever.
That's well timed. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Kled, guys. Fuck. Kled.
Fucking Kled. Let's go. Avi Patel here from Kled. Are we gonna play the video first? Or how are we?
Yeah.
doing
Let's
this?
get him on. Let's get him on. We'll do a quick intro. Welcome him to the stream, and then we'll fire up the video. I heard Wood hasn't even seen it. So,
No,
what's up, Avi?
It's first timer.
How's it going?
How we doing, man?
Good. Out of bed, literally in my bedroom right now, but yeah, feeling good.
Nice.
Oh, wow.
Got the green
Tell me
screen
about
going. We love that.
That's just the color of my room. We call it the puke room, but yeah.
You sleep in a.
I
that's
called it
insane.
this way when I was like, what, like 7 years old or something? I don't even know.
Love
yeah.
it.
That's your wallpaper? Holy shit, bro.
Oh yeah. It's
I'm surprised you get a wink of sleep in there. Fucking
no. I'm full ADHD'd out in this room, like at all.
That's why he's always shipping though. That's why he's always working is because he can't fucking sleep.
I never feel better than in this room. Also, I don't know why, but like this, like it's like a lucky color. I don't know. I do good in this room better than anywhere else. Yeah.
I'm in the process of trying to figure out paint colors for a new house, and that color just never even crossed my mind.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't even know where you saw that color. I don't know
not
what
let it
color
cross
that
your
is.
mind.
Who found it?
Do not let it cross your mind. Yeah, this is the last thing you want to paint your room. Trust me.
Yeah, well, it's good. We should put it in Sats's room. Sats overslept the podcast by 20 minutes, so
I
he's.
did.
Sats isn't really paid to do this, but we were considering firing him anyways for it.
Ah,
Yep.
nice. Yep.
Yeah. On the chopping block. Now.
Yeah.
I've tried to use the out of the daylight savings. Didn't work because our producer's also doing that, and it happened last week, so I have no out.
Yeah.
Disaster.
And then, all right, here's what we're gonna do, guys. Avi, thank you for coming on, man.
Yeah, thank
We're gonna talk about Kled a little bit. I figure let's start by you guys had a nice little promo video that came out, a little ad. So we're gonna roll the film on that, and then we'll get into it from there. But I want people to watch this. Let's do it.
María, un mango con todo.
Claro que sí.
Gracias.
All right, going downtown.
Meet them one cup. 这边跑到这边来，可这边就下来。
Oh no.
Oh, there we go. I thought we were going for number 2.
It was so good. We had to watch it again.
I thought we were,
Academy
thought we were
Award,
going for
man.
number 2.
That's some good
Dude,
production
shout out
value
to-
right there.
By the way, like just so everyone knows, Andy Folio, look him up. He's the greatest of all time. Makes all of our stuff. Will continue to make all of our stuff. One of these days, he's gonna get hit with $1 million budget from Avi Patel, and I'm gonna tell him to go wild. But this guy is actually like one of the greatest directors of all time. Give him anything to work with, he will pull something.
I did actually, like, as soon as I saw the video, I scrolled down in the comments. I was like, "Oh, who is the guy who made this?" And I followed him on Twitter. I was like, whenever we do something at Risk On, like, I was like, "Damn, we got to use this guy. This guy's really fucking good."
Yeah, really good, genuinely. He did the WAP one as well, the one we just posted. So
I saw that. That was good too. That was really good.
Bro, it must have been a crazy few weeks leading into that announcement. How's it been?
It's been good. It was like we raised for like a month and a half. We actually, I mean, after that post, we just raised some more money. So we actually raised 1.5 mil in the last 2 days. So a little bit more than what we had. But it was just a bunch of raising work after we had this like pretty viral post for like a month, and then after that it was a month of just like announcement planning, like a little bit of team hiring, infrastructure, and a lot of development work on the app that we had to push out for like fraud detection and support systems, things that are necessary for the traction we were never going to get. So we've had a lot of signups in the last 2 days. But yeah.
Mhm.
How's that part been for you? Like, I feel like when a lot of people are founders early on, especially young founders like yourself, like they don't realize how much of the job becomes the fundraising part, and it's like
Yeah.
consume, in like pockets, and then you get it, and then you can go back to the work and everything. But like, it can consume you. Like, did you enjoy that process, or is it like, some people love that part, some people are like, man, I don't really want to do this at all.
Yeah.
What was it like for
It
you?
was very hard for me to raise for like 4 years, basically, or like when I was building, like at least when the music licensing company. I mean, that is music, so it's objectively harder. But a couple other companies, like it was hard. So it was refreshing to know that like I'd never have to turn down capital before. I was usually just like always saying yes to everyone,
Yeah.
and like there was so much inbound that I actually had to say no to people, which is something that I've never done before. It made my life easier, definitely, but at the same time, like this was like the one moment. If we didn't pull it off in this one moment, I don't even know like what the business would look like. That like if it was like make or break almost. Like I had to use that to actually get the fundraise closed. That momentum. A lot of like full days of zero sleep and kind of just like all due diligence work and managing like a bunch of people. I also didn't get all the money from one person, meaning that I had to quite literally go to hundreds of people, talk to all of them, do DD with a ton of people, which I think is the better way to go about it, because one person can help your business, maybe 50-50 chance that they can. It's usually coming from a fund. But the people that we brought into the round, that they're all very, very helpful, like incredibly helpful, and all very good people. Like we never said yes to a single ounce of capital from someone that we thought was mischievous or questionable intentions. Yeah.
Nice. So I guess let's backtrack for a second, because I don't know how much you know or have seen the show, but like this is primarily like a crypto native audience that we have listeners wise, like a lot of people that are trading markets, and they're very in tune with like what's going on in the crypto AI space. Like not necessarily like there's obviously crossover, but like you have a background here where they like people know you from the Ben Pasternak Launchcoin Believe drama, which we can get to that part later.
Yeah.
Hopefully, I don't, we don't want to put you
Oh, please
back
do.
into. I had a feeling you might be
One
okay
Ben
talking about
Pasternak hater. I literally just said this 10 minutes ago too. I'm D1 Ben Pasternak hater. So happy.
So
Let's go.
let's put that on hold. We're gonna come back to that. So we'll put a pin in it. But for our listeners, like who know about the Kled token, but they don't really know what Kled is. I feel like there's a lot of people who probably even traded the token, and now like things went quiet for a little bit, and now like you guys are making a big push. You've grown the user base a ton. For those who don't know, what is Kled? Give us like the breakdown and like basically like what are you building and why is it relevant?
Yeah, I'm happy to. So Kled is the first human data marketplace. We let anyone upload their personal data and get paid for it. The way you can think about this is that every AI model, robotics company, and foundation model, or anything in automation requires a vast amount of two things. It's one, compute, like NVIDIA's big thing, and two, it's data. That's the only way AI improves across the board. The data part of this, for the longest time, has just been scraping the internet. Like you'll just go online, get a bunch of images and videos online, go train your model off the stuff that's public. In very recent times, like in probably the last 2 years, there's two issues with that. One, it's licensing. People are getting sued left and right for stealing data, and it's almost common practice now to legally license it. And two, even if you want to pretend that that argument's false, two is that the internet has been completely exhausted. All of the top models are completely out of stuff from the internet to generally train off of to get marginal improvements. They need very specific niche human data that's private to go build these companies. I think Larry Ellison said it best, like very recently as well. He said like, yeah, the next wave and the next improvements of these foundation models is going to come from private data sets, right? Like stuff that's not off the internet. So Kled is basically that. We let you upload anything off your camera roll, file folder, whatever it is, to go train these models. It could be general stuff. But more importantly, we let you upload very specific things that are direct requests from these large labs to go train these models. And that can be something as simple as taking a video of you taking out the trash, and that's training like the next humanoid robot, right? Or it could be a picture of your tax form, right? And we'll anonymize that, and that's good for the tax agents that are coming out, or like legal communications with your lawyer, so you can figure out how it's best to communicate with the law correspondent, right? So there's a ton of different use cases, and I'd say there's literally millions and millions of use cases on types of data that's important for these labs, and it's the biggest spend these labs have. They have quite literally trillions across the board of spend in data purchasing, and it's only going to grow from now on, right? So our app lets you go on, similar to what you just saw in the video, and upload literally anything, especially the stuff that we're asking from you, to get paid for that data instead of getting it stolen from you, and in turn we train these models. Yeah.
Yeah,
Cool.
man. It's bro, you've been through a crazy journey, but I think, yeah, like the app is also obviously in a good place now. But how did you end up at this idea? Like, was this something? Did Kled originate from this idea, or did it sort of evolve as time goes on? Because I hear a lot from founders is, they start with one idea and then it finishes like the initial, like the end product finishes in a completely different space. Is
Yeah.
that sort of what happened?
I'll give you, so like it started from inspiration from something and then it evolved once. So the inspiration was like the last 4 years, or like 3 years now, before Kled. For 3 years, I was building the first music licensing marketplace. We basically let any artist list up licenses for their content, and then if you're like Netflix or Hulu, for example, you want to buy the licenses for that, you can go license that content. It was very manual, very tedious. It was in the music industry. I had basically no capital. I had to go like message artists and record labels one by one, convince them to list up their content. I did a very good job of that. I became really good at licensing. I developed a lot of relationships with top rights holders and TV organizations, etc., and big content creators. And we actually launched that marketplace like late 2024, grew it pretty substantially for a bit. And then the record labels were just asking for way too much money to keep the licenses on the place. So we were like, okay, we need to pivot into a different licensing type. This just simply is not going to be sustainable. At the time, like Suno, Udio, and these like big music AI companies were actually coming to us asking for training data. They wanted the data that we had for the music that we had the licenses for, to then train their foundation models. So I thought AI training licenses were very interesting, and like licensing is my number one thing. It's like the best thing I'm at, right? So I completely pivoted the business, and we started at first basically going to all the production companies and rights holders that we knew, and just signing exclusive rights for their content. I basically got the exclusive rights for like one of the biggest drone catalogs in the United States. I got like exclusive rights for like a patient medical records, for example, that we'd anonymize and then give to like healthcare companies that would then improve healthcare models, right? I also got like military footage. Like I got like some like very high level IP, like Bugs Bunny, Tom and Jerry, like Looney Tunes, Incredible Hulk episodes from these from some holdings companies. And then the intention was to sell those licenses to these AI companies and just become this broker, right? No product, no tech, nothing. One day I was like, okay, this is a terrible business. It's just super boring. I was like, I literally might kill myself if I do this all day long. You can't build a generational company becoming sales. Then again, Mercor did it, and Mercor is awesome. It's like a huge logistical operation that like God knows how they pulled it off, but it's like a massive sales company. It's every day like going out gathering these like expert labelers and doing like just data sales, but there's no like real front facing product from Mercor other than maybe their recruiting platform, right? So I was like, okay, instead of gathering this data from enterprises like manually, how about we build an app that lets anyone upload it from their home? It was great in concept, but in practice, it's similar to Uber, where like you're just burning money to pay out people at the start to incentivize them to use the platform. And the second problem is I had no cash. So I was like, what am I doing here? Like, I have literally no money. How are we gonna like get this up and running? I hate Ben Pasternak for all it's worth, but the one thing that he did right was he actually did start Believe, and yes, almost every project on there is a complete rug and went straight to zero. And same thing for Believe, but at least we came out of it. Yeah, we launched a coin on Ben's platform. It picked up a lot of traction very, very fast. We made a ton of money from fees, which we used to also pump rewards to users, as well as the labs that were paying us. Like we did sell like 7 figures worth of data in 2025, but yeah, like that was all sent out to users. Basically, we burned it all, and we were at this point where like we finally had the app in a very comfortable spot with like a big enough whitelist, and good fraud detection, like generally built out good tech. A lot of traction, public following, a lot of impressions. We did like 200 million impressions or something on Twitter combined across all posts mentioning Kled. And yeah, then we launched the app without any beta list, and that's when the floodgates opened. We hit like number 1 of the charts in like 4 different countries, and almost everyone was using the app left and right. Like I think that we might have every iPhone in Malaysia with the Kled app on there. We're not even on Android yet. So when we launch on Android, we'll get 10 million users in the first day. But yeah, it started like even trending, and like we were top 10 in France. France hates AI. I don't even know how that happened. And like United States is like 3rd most downloaded country, for example. So yeah, started doing very well. And again, I just couldn't keep up with the pace and like the demand or the supply. Like we just didn't have. We were going to burn out of cash if this many people kept on signing up. We were getting like 5 million uploads a day. People uploading more to Kled than they're uploading onto any social media platform combined per user. And that's only going to grow more and more. When we hit 1 million users, we'll have 40 million uploads a day of like user generated content. That's all unique, right? So I put this post up around 2 months ago, like halfway through January, showing off some of the data we had with the intention of like, okay, maybe some labs see this and like I get some inbound, and we get like millions and millions of dollars in contracts. And God knows why, but that worked, and the post went very viral, and pretty
It
much
was like a few million views or something, right?
yeah, I got like 4.4 million views. Every AI lab on the planet, like the founders followed, like Midjourney, like DoorDash team, Waymo, like all of them like followed me. A lot invested in the company as well, and we within like quite literally 48 hours, we had like 30 million plus in pipeline from labs. One of them was a $20 million contract, mind you, so that filled up a chunk of it. But yeah, it's all stuff that we're finalizing the closing of right now, and it's all like based off this thing that like we need to get fraud detection right. We need to make sure that the content that's coming through our pipeline is very clean, and we need to raise money to then go have the engineering team to build this like massive fraud detection overhaul. So it's exactly what we did. I piggybacked off the back of that momentum, and like every investor already reached out to me after that post went up. So we comfortably raised the money, and now we're on this like 2-month, 3-month tear for fraud detection work. Yeah.
So what's the biggest? So now all of a sudden, you guys all big AI labs and everything. People are interested. They know out of the bubble you were in. Everyone knows what Kled is. What's the remaining bottleneck? Like, what do you guys need to happen here to hit like explosive growth? Like to have that kind of moment where it becomes bigger.
Yeah, I mean, we have like a lot of contracts we're putting into the app like right now. Like our version 3 update's coming out very soon, and that'll have like a lot of these contracts in there too. And there are already a ton in the special tasks tab that we're actually pursuing as well. So but the very big ones require a ton of fraud detection work on our end. That just means like we've already solved out for the most part the basic level stuff like internet plagiarism checks, like duplicate detection checks, like making sure users aren't uploading AI synthetic data and like stuff that's not original. Like we filter all that out already. The parts that are important now is that, let's say the task is take a video of you taking out the trash, but the task requirements are like there needs to be 2 hands in the video at all times. That means that every pixel has to be scanned to make sure that there's 2 hands in the video at all times. And you have to do that. That's not hard in itself. That's actually pretty easy. The hard part is doing it fast across millions of uploads every single day, all day long, and then rejecting the bad stuff. So that is the actual bottleneck, doing that across hundreds and hundreds of tasks that we've gotten sent to us by labs. And then once that's all done and built out, you'll hopefully have like a general ML where it'll work across any new task that comes up, and we can just stick these tasks into the app, and we'll unlock all of this like massive revenue stream from the contracts that have been sent to us. So that's like the big thing right now. We're really just focused on like this fraud work. And if we get it right, like we're in a really, really good spot. Like I think we'll comfortably hit that like 50 mil ARR goal, at least with the pipeline we have right now.
Amazing. All right. So let's you guys are in a really good spot right now. You're kind of getting close to hitting a breakout point. Let's rewind. Let's go back in time. And not too long ago, you guys, I mean, you were hitting the company. You're trying to figure out how to actually raise any meaningful capital. Like really, you're trying to get this thing started and off the ground.
Yeah.
We're curious at somehow, some way, your paths crossed with Ben Pasternak. I don't know what the relationship was, but like, were you involved in any way or knowledgeable about how crypto worked and funding through that? Or like, can you walk us through like, how did it actually happen? Where it ended up launching on his platform specifically?
Yeah,
it was good that came out of it, but
yeah,
there was a lot of shit
I was
too.
thrown basically into just like the complete depths of hell. Like,
you joined us, and once you get here, you can't fucking leave.
I mean,
stuck.
dude,
You're stuck here.
It was. I mean, bro, I want to kill myself like 2 months straight. It was bad, bro. Yeah, I mean, a friend of mine made an intro to Ben because he was like, okay, Ben's building something cool. He was an investor in his company as well, so he just made the introduction. Ben was like, all right, bro, you're going to like there's a lot of people making like tons of cash here. Like these projects are making this much in fees. I'm like, oh, that's pretty cool. Like these projects seems kind of shit. Like I would outclass them in a millisecond. I was like, okay, fuck it. If people are like, if this is kind of like a GoFundMe type of thing, like why not? Like I'd rather do that than dilute money from investors anyways, that like probably don't want to even invest in the company. Yeah, I was just like, okay, screw it. Let's like launch this thing. And then like first day, like Ben accidentally launches 2 coins for the fucking thing. And then I get like my phone number leaked the second after that. And then everything blows up and like my Twitter gets hacked the next day. And like everyone's spamming me, like saying I like egregious shit. And Ben is out here like like unicorn princess land, like barely responding to my shit after it happened. And then like putting Imran Khan or whatever his name is on like a podcast with me to like make it better and like writing 1 tweet as like an apology. So like, bro, I don't fucking know. It is what it is. I had to fight through a lot of FUD because of that for months and months on end. It doesn't help that half a CT hates Indian people, so I have to do the.
Yeah, uphill battle already. Uphill battle already.
That's a tough one to overcome.
Like fuck, bro.
Wait, so here's the interesting thing though, because like this has, I mean, this aspect of it is not a fully unique story. There's a lot of people who get pulled into it and then they're like, what the fuck did I just get myself involved in? And then they completely remove themselves. They're like, I don't have anything to do with crypto. I don't have anything to do with this token. And they wash their hands. But you didn't really do that. You kind of leaned into it and like you've embraced this, they call it the Kled army. Like, you know, like, so what made you decide to like stay around and actually try to, it sounds like you're trying to
have like good moral fiber. Like, I mean, fuck bro. Like someone's like put betting real money on you. Like maybe it's a trauma response. Maybe it's literally just trauma. Maybe it's me like literally not being able to fundraise and like really treating like every dollar with care. But if you bet on me, like I have like kind of a moral obligation to like support you, like make you feel good and like actually meaningfully showcase that I'm like working towards the same goals that you have. So like I just didn't want to like fuck people over, and that was really it. There was a lot of hard decisions to be made like during that path, like that like may in the short term have like not benefited token holders, but like clearly now in the long run have. But like overall objective, which is why I've never left, regardless of how many people have told me like, hey, like you just made a ton of money, just like get the fuck out of here and just go do your thing now. I would never do that. Like even if it's not beneficial for the business, like it like doesn't make any moral sense. And at the end of the day, like Ben P is never going to make another good company in his life because he's
Ben P.
Ben P made a fuck
You don't even
ton
say
of
his
money,
name
though.
anymore, bro.
Ben P has got to be one of the biggest winners of the cycle, I would argue.
Yeah, Benny P may have made millions of dollers, right? But no one will ever remember his name, and that's all that really matters.
That's true.
So, yeah, I think look, he made millions of dollars, but like he's never gonna make the next Uber or anything else like that. Because like, look, if you fuck over people like that at a high enough level, your name is just fucked for time. And that matters, but like karma's a real thing, and like I'm not trying to deal with it. Like I want to make like a generational company. I want my name to like be remembered for all of time, and I'm not trying to be Ben Pasternak. So yeah.
I think that's a good mentality. I feel like you have really been through it. You've probably had a tough journey as it goes for founders. But in terms of like when you launched the token, obviously you didn't really know what you're getting into. Now you're a bit more educated, and that obviously brings into the question the idea of tokenized equity. What is your sort of take on that? Do you think it can work? And do you
Yeah.
think it's a future sort of play?
So I think before, when things were unclear and like we were all just figuring out like the legal terminology and everything, we were like still saying tokenized equity. What Street is doing is not tokenized equity. It's like token does not equal equity. Let me make that very, very, very clear to anyone watching. We're not getting into securities territory. We have no intention to. We actually are like actively working with the SEC on trying to make things work here. But and by the way, this is out of goodwill. Like every person in our entire network and circle is saying don't do tokenized equity, quote unquote. Even though it's not that, but they're saying like don't even give any percentage to token holders. Like let this be a meme coin, just let it fly. I think like the whole point here is to like make these assets like not like just not fuck people over. Like what happens if I exit my company? Like people just get screwed. Like that sucks. Like people want to feel like they're a part of the journey and like feel like they're involved with the company. And like we did a complete fair launch, and like we barely own any supply to begin with, and like beyond the stuff that we've just bought back, like we've done like multiple six figures in buybacks, if not close to seven, I think. And the reality here is that I think yeah, what Street is working on, which is just a protocol basically to give people exposure to these like liquid exposure to these exit events for these startups, not a guarantee of profit or anything, is just a noble, honorable thing for startups to do. I think it can be very greatly beneficial, and it especially shows in the bear market, right? Like when things aren't pumping off of just narratives and speculation. Like I mean, look at it. Kled was like number one of the news cycle everywhere. In the last 2 days, we were posted on Polymarket, every big meme page, several news outlets, like a Bloomberg interview is coming out literally tomorrow. And the price action, it clearly doesn't show that. Like if this was a bull market, it would be at whatever, like 70 mil, 80 mil, something like that, right? But it's not, and that's fine. Like I don't actually care. Like the whole goal here is that like this token is going to hopefully be here for the long run, and we want to support the holders in as best a way we can. And that means aligning incentives even when there's a bear market. And this incentive alignment, like we're seeing a very like clear shift from very speculative things to more concrete assets. Like buybacks matter a lot. Like we want to do discretionary buybacks with revenue. We want to make sure that we're doing like important things when it comes to token holder incentives, and that is what really matters here. So yeah, this what Street Foundation is doing is very noble and it's very important, and it actually will create like a new generation of companies that are built off these internet, quote unquote, internet capital markets. Yeah, I think it's the future for sure.
I like that answer. I like that answer a lot because it is a tough game. But what would you give? What would your advice be to founders when they're at the crossroads of saying, should I launch a token? Would you say it's a good idea? Would you say it's a bad idea?
Terrible idea with no plan. I actually think it's like it's just but okay, actually I'll retract that. I think it's a terrible idea with no plan if you're not like crazy, but if you have like if you're very, I wouldn't say eccentric, you have to be a bit eccentric, but I would say if you're like resilient, like obnoxiously resilient, like you just like gun to your head, you would never kill yourself ever, then yeah, I think launching a token is pretty smart, especially if you can just like figure things out on the fly. But I'd say like wait for things like Street to materialize more, right? Like when this stuff is real, like there's going to be a wave of these companies like putting portions of their like a lot of their time into these tokens, because I think it is genuinely the future of financing and fundraising, and it helps greatly. Like Street will put out a memo soon, but Kled grew its user base like a ton, and like has made a ton of cash and revenue, and is able to build its business due to this token. And the whole point of Street is to give back to the holders in a meaningful way, no matter how much equity it is for these startups. Like it could be 1%. 1% is a bit low in my opinion, but something like 5% is like very clean, and like that low number is still better than every other token that exists in the market, which is doing nothing. It's just like saying it's a meme coin and like existing in this lolly land, right? But again, it's not tokenized equity, but I think it's the best protocol that's like aligning to incentives for holders. Yeah.
Do you, Avi,
I think we got a long way to
Do you know
go.
the satss believe Launchcoin lore, by the way?
I do not. Dude, tell me.
So this guy was
man.
actually, he was in partnership with Ben Pasternak. Sorry, we don't say the last name, Ben P. For like 2 days, maybe. I think it was like 2 days. He joined and then got a look behind the hood and was like, "I'm out."
Sats was like CTOing Believe at one point. And it was like in all the chats, he was bull posting Believe like his fucking life depended on it. And then he talked to Ben P and he was like, "Yeah, this guy sucks." And then I think he just torpedoed the chart.
Good. I mean, look, like, yeah, all me and my homies hate Ben Pasternak, man. Fuck that guy. Anyways, he just left Believe. Most respectable thing that dumb fuck has done in years, probably, of his life. I think he left or he was fired. It's not even a company anymore. I don't even know what they're doing. Like their engineers are basically just like sick of
Yeah, it's true.
like live with a Twitter badge. But yeah, like all these people that were there for a prolonged period of time. Anything, if you're at Believe for more than 3 months of your life, I have zero respect for you. Like, literally zero respect for you. Because you're actively participating in the scam. Because in what world do you see this fucking guy going to Greece with his girlfriend when the biggest launch of his like so-called flywheel comes out, and you're like, oh, that's fucking acceptable. Like, hell yeah, man. Like, serious? Like, you go do nothing for months with like the backs of like one of my boys, like Bobby, like dude, Bobby has put from Dupe, by the way, has put like 7 figures, I'm pretty sure, into the Believe chart, and is like sitting here like trying to convince me that Ben P is like a good human being. And I'm like, yeah, bro, I love you, man, but like, I'm sorry, this is not going to play out the way you think it is. And I hope to God he proved me wrong, because he's put real money into this, right? And this fucking actual living piece of shit walks away with all that money and like just screws over like Reed and like Bobby and like a generation of builders, not even considering that he's like actively clipping the Kled chart with multiple percents of supply for months. And
yeah, I do remember this actually. Yeah,
like that is a joke, bro. Like, are we serious right now? You made like whatever 50 mil alleged plus, and now you're here like trying to make another 500 grand off of clipping your. Are we serious, bro? Like this is a joke. Like that's fucked up.
I do remember that. At one point I was top 10 Kled of Believe holders, and I was digging in. I was in all the whale chats, and I started asking questions. Like I was like, how do you guys plan on attracting new builders? Because you've got a few right now, but like where's the pipeline coming from? And it was like we're gonna just try some events. And I was like, okay, so when are these happening? And they were like, we don't actually have any planned. And I was like, okay, so there's no plan. There's no plan. It's a complete free ball.
They kept on stalling. They kept on saying like, hey, we're working on it. Like things are happening. Like, and then like, it's bad when like you have like Ben Pasternak in an Evelyn vlog, like just like pretending that he's super busy, and then he posts it on like, or like a bunch of people post about it because he sends it to all of his friends to make it seem like he's busy. When in reality, you have like no idea what this fucking idiot's actually doing. And anyone who's ever talked to him knows very clearly that, like, this guy's doing jack shit. So,
well, he caught like lightning in a bottle on the timing, because like,
generational opportunity just ruined, man. Like insane work.
Because you were saying earlier about like the whole like in the bull market, it was like speculatory. Like he could literally post like the letter Y, and people would be, well, that has something to do with, the research department at Stanford, and now they found of him standing in some grass, which means he probably has all these Y Combinator partnerships, and it's like he never said any of that.
Farming on timeline, posting a selfie, like not knowing what the hey guys, like I'm launching Bitcoin. Like what the fuck, bro? Like, are we serious? And, like, he wouldn't ever deny it. By the way, like he would like say like, and Roy privately says he's never launching a coin ever. And I actually believe him 100% when he says that, right? So when Ben Pasternak's posting a selfie with him and then also going publicly and be like, oh, TBD, yeah, great farm, bro. Yeah, I'm glad your chart went up 10 million.
Guys, like my favorite Ben Pasternak story, it doesn't even include Ben Pasternak. It's when Old was on this show. You guys know Old, right?
Oh yeah, of course.
You know Old.
Oh, man,
Old was on our show, and he said that he bought 1% of Ben Pasternak's coin because his uncle was the biggest VC in Australia, and that was his bull case. And we were like, I'm pretty sure his uncle's not the biggest VC in Australia. What the fuck are you talking about?
I looked it up on the show. I looked it up on the show,
is.
and I didn't want to blow it up because it's on the show, and I was like, dude, this dad's not even in VC. Like, that's completely inaccurate. But the chart,
people
like
would believe anything about Ben
when he said
Pasternak.
that. Yeah.
People believed everything about Ben Pasternak.
This is the bull market, bro. If he did this shit now, man, like none of this would happen.
I'm gonna pat myself on the
Didn't he have a
back here.
cookies business?
Yeah, he had a
Yeah,
vegan
he's
chicken
so-
nugget
Oh,
business.
you do not want to hear the lore on that.
I do want to hear the lore.
God. This is recently found out too because I'm with VCs and they're actively being like, "Oh my god, I saw you beefing with Ben Pasternak. Fuck that guy. Do you know what happened with Nugs?" I'm like, "No, I don't even know anything about his last company. I don't want to spill the tea, but like, yeah, worst operator of all time. Like generational bottom. Like actually the worst. So bad.
I feel like you.
Wait,
do
no,
wanna
we gotta
spill
get into that now.
I feel like you want to.
No,
The hell happened with Mugs?
because I don't actually know if any of it's true. I don't want to be
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
fucking,
that's fair.
For sure. I mean,
Yeah,
it was
yeah,
a bad idea in
Yeah.
general, but I mean, how we all thought that a guy with a vegan chicken, a non-meat chicken nugget brand was going to be the leader of the ICM meta in crypto. That's on us, guys.
The one, like-
That's on us for
Yeah,
believing
apparently
that. by the way.
I've got to take
Like,
responsibility of that.
I
was
can't
supposed to know.
That's on us. We took that. We're like, yeah, this guy could fucking run a business. It was vegan chicken nuggets and it failed. And then we were like, nah, but his dad's the biggest VC in Australia. He's the man. Like, come on.
Genuinely.
We're so dumb.
Man, bro, like it was funny to see the the D1 Believe lovers, like after like Believe Fully Rugby, so after the thing, like become like Kled supporters because for the longest time, oh my god, I joined this Believe chat and I like scrolled up and I like started punching my monitor. I was like, there's no shot these people are like this hateful towards me. Like Ben and like all of them were like just like posting dog shit about me for months, and then they're like, wow, like we really believe this fucking Australian rat over Avi who's like actually building his business. Like, are we serious? Like, it's so bad, man. Oh my god. Oh,
Well, it's over now.
Yeah,
But I
that'll
mean,
definitely be a story next cycle.
I just went through my timeline because I was searching. Because believe it or not, when Ben posted a picture of the flywheel, I publicly called that the top of Launchcoin. I want to let everyone know that. But that post went viral because I called it. I said that was the top. But then I went through and I was reading through. People loved Launchcoin. Like Ren was bull posting, like giving me shit. People were calling me the biggest idiot in the world. People loved Launchcoin.
Yeah.
oh, it's a great dude. Again, generational fumble. He was given the opportunity to quite literally make billions of dollars.
Yeah.
Like with the B, if he put any effort, 5% effort, right? But like, literally 5%. I could run that company in my sleep. It was easy. It was like the layup of the century.
He didn't have to do anything.
That's the crazy thing.
Yeah.
He could. It was a. If he had realized, oh shit, the scam's actually working. Maybe I should actually do it. He would have done way better.
Fake
He
it till
would've
you
done way
make it,
better.
and then he made it,
Yeah.
and he should have just fucking done a couple things.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
fuck, man, like any effort, but no, zero. So it is what it is.
In any case, Avi, we appreciate
Dude.
the transparency. We're really excited to see what happens here with Kled. Downloaded the app. So, you know, they say not to do that in crypto, never download the app, but I on it because I think it's pretty cool. And yeah, everyone who's listening, please check out Kled. It's Use Kled is the X, the Kled app available on iOS anywhere in the world, right?
Yeah,
Cool. Appreciate you, man.
Cool. Thanks, guys. Thanks for coming on, Avi. It was great chatting. We'll be back Tuesday